It's 9 in the evening in Tokyo. The rain stopped an hour ago, but the streets still remember it. Neon signs bleeding into wet pavement in pink, teal, and electric blue. Somewhere above us, a Yamanote Line train hums past. A vending machine glows on a quiet corner. A salaryman walks home, his footsteps echoing down the street. Tonight, we walk. Tokyo is home to nearly 37 million people, the largest urban area on Earth. And yet tonight, we're walking through just one small corner of it. A single square kilometer on the west side of Shinjuku. We'll begin at Shinjuku Station, the busiest train station on the planet. From there, we'll cross into Kabukicho, Tokyo's most famous and most misunderstood entertainment district. Then into Golden Gai, 6 narrow alleys, 200 tiny bars, and we'll end in Omoide Yokocho, a post-war yakitori lane where the smoke has been rising since 1945. No rush tonight, no schedule, just footsteps on pavement and the city moving around us. So pour yourself something warm, dim the lights if you like. Let's begin. We're standing at the south exit of Shinjuku Station. Take a moment. Just look. In front of us, a river of people flows in 2 directions. Office workers, students, tourists with small suitcases, a woman holding flowers, a man walking beside his bicycle because there simply isn't room to ride. Shinjuku Station serves around 3.5 million passengers every single day. It holds the Guinness World Record as the busiest transport hub on Earth. To put that in perspective, roughly the population of Uruguay passing through one building every day. It has over 200 exits. Locals will tell you almost lovingly that getting lost here at least once is a kind of initiation. The smells are the thing photographs can never capture. The warm, sweet smell of grilling eel drifting out of a restaurant door. The earthy steam of tonkotsu ramen. Pork broth simmered for 16 hours. A hint of cigarette smoke. The clean scent of rain evaporating off hot pavement. To our right, down a side street, a cluster of red paper lanterns, akachochin, glows outside an izakaya. If the lantern is lit, the place is open. It's one of Tokyo's oldest signals, used for centuries. Inside places like these, salarymen unwind after long days. They loosen their ties, order a cold draft beer, and share small plates. The after-work drink is called nomikai, and the unspoken rule is that what's said at the izakaya stays at the izakaya. Bosses and juniors drink side by side. Hierarchy softens. A quick note for anyone traveling here. Tokyo at night is remarkably safe. Violent crime is extraordinarily rare. Women walking home alone at 1 in the morning is an ordinary sight. We turn left now past a Lawson convenience store and begin heading east toward the tracks. A train passes overhead, steel on steel, a sound that is somehow distinctly Tokyo. We pass beneath an archway. Pink letters outlined in white. Kabukicho Ichibangai, the main street. Take a breath. The light changes here. It becomes denser, brighter. Every surface is screaming color. LED billboards stack on top of each other, 6 stories high. Karaoke, pachinko, cartoon characters dancing in endless loops. And looming over all of it, if you look up, is the head of Godzilla. A full-size Godzilla perched on top of the hotel gracery, staring over the district with mild disdain. Every hour, on the hour, it roars. Here's something most visitors don't know. Kabukicho is named after a kabuki theater that was never actually built. After the Second World War, this neighborhood was leveled. Locals planned to rebuild around a grand kabuki theater. The plan fell through. The theater was never constructed, but the name stuck, and the district rebuilt itself into something very different. Today, Kabukicho is home to an estimated 3,000 bars, restaurants, clubs, and venues, packed into an area smaller than a European village. It has a reputation as a red light district, and parts of it are. But that tells only a sliver of the story. Walk 2 blocks in any direction and you'll find a cinema complex, an arcade full of teenagers, a tiny ramen counter where the chef has been perfecting his broth for 30 years, a jazz bar on a 4th floor, a theater doing experimental plays. Look up. Most of Tokyo happens vertically. Every building is 8-12 floors high, and each floor is a different business. A restaurant on the 2nd floor, a bookshop on the 3rd, a bar on the 4th. This is Zakyo-biru culture, and it's part of why Tokyo is so endlessly explorable. One safety note: if a man in a dark suit tries to lead you off the main street to a bar, politely decline. Reputable places don't need touts. Choose bars with clearly posted prices. We leave Kabukicho through a small side street, and as the noise fades behind us, notice how quickly this city can shift moods. 50 meters, that's all it takes. And now we step into another world, Golden Gai. The contrast is almost disorienting. Just behind us, a district of 1,000 screens, and here, suddenly, a film set from the 1950s, narrow wooden alleys, hand-painted signs, warm light spilling from frosted glass doors, 6 tiny alleys, over 200 bars, most no bigger than your bathroom. Each bar seats between 4 and 10 people. Some have 5 stools, some have a single counter where the owner, often a woman, often in her 60s, often the 2nd or 3rd generation of her family, stands across from you pouring drinks, listening. This is one of the last corners of old Tokyo, and it nearly vanished twice. The first time was in the 1980s, during Tokyo's property bubble. Developers looked at this wooden maze and saw prime real estate. There were rumors, never proven, of arson attempts. The second time was in 2015, when a fire destroyed several old buildings. Each time the community fought back. The owners, the regulars, the artists, they rebuilt. Today, Golden Gai is a protected cultural neighborhood. The bars have wonderful, idiosyncratic names: Albatross, Deathmatch in Hell, La Jetée. Some specialize in jazz vinyl, some in horror movies, some in punk rock, some in nothing at all except whatever the owner feels like playing that night. A small etiquette note if you ever find yourself here: sit quietly at first. Order something simple, a beer, a highball, a glass of sake. Don't photograph without asking. These bars aren't about the drinks, they're about the encounter. Tarantino has drunk here, Bill Murray, Sofia Coppola, but nobody makes a fuss. In Golden Gai, everyone is just a person on a stool, holding a small glass, in a small room, in a very large city. We pass through slowly, the glimpses through half-open doors, the murmur of conversation in an unknown language, warm yellow light on a stranger's face for 2 seconds before we're past. At the end of the alley, an old Billie Holiday record fades behind us. Let's keep walking. Our last stop tonight, tucked between the station tracks and a modern glass tower, we find it. A narrow alley that seems to lean in on itself, heavy with smoke, thick with the smell of charcoal. Omoide Yokocho. Memory Lane. Locals sometimes call it by an older nickname, Shonben Yokocho. Piss Alley. A name it earned decades ago when there were no public restrooms. The facilities have improved. The nickname has stuck. This alley was born in the chaotic years after the Second World War. In 1945, Tokyo lay in ruins. Food was scarce. The black market boomed. Street vendors set up here selling whatever they could grill. Cheap cuts of pork, chicken on bamboo skewers, homemade liquor. Slowly, the stalls became small shops. The black market faded. The shops remained. Around them, Tokyo rebuilt itself into a glittering megacity. Skyscrapers rose, real estate values soared, and yet, in this 80-meter alley, the post-war city survives. The smoke rises exactly as it did 80 years ago. Each stall seats 6 to 10 people, shoulder to shoulder on wooden stools. The chef works the grill behind the counter. Menus are short, often handwritten. If you ever find yourself here, order yakitori, skewers of chicken grilled over binchotan charcoal. Ask for momo, thigh, tsukune, meatballs, juicy and slightly sweet. And if you're adventurous, hatsu, chicken heart, tender, rich, surprisingly subtle. Order them shio, salted, to taste the meat itself, or tere, glazed with sweet savory sauce. To drink, a frosty glass of nama biru, draft beer, or a chuhai, shochu cut with soda and lemon. Walking through here is a full-body experience. The smoke stings your eyes just a little. The smell is almost too much: char, soy, ginger, grilled fat. The sizzle of meat, laughter 4 stools down. The gentle irashimasu, welcome, as someone pulls back a curtain and ducks inside. There are tourists here, but there are also regulars, office workers who have sat at the same stool for 30 years, handed their usual drink before they even order. That's the magic of Tokyo, the extraordinary and the ordinary, sharing the same wooden counter. Pause for a moment at the end of the alley. Turn around, look back. A corridor of red lanterns, smoke curling into the night. Just behind it all, if you lift your eyes, the glass tower of a modern office building, cold, clean, geometric. 2 cities, one above the other. Tokyo holds them both. If you made it this far with me, thank you. You're exactly the kind of traveler this channel was made for. Someone who enjoys slow. Someone who believes a place is best understood on foot, at night, one breath at a time. Hit subscribe. New walking tour every week. We step out of the alley, back to the main street. A taxi glides by. Deep green, empty white gloves just visible on the wheel. Tokyo has a word, mono no aware. Roughly it means the gentle sadness of things, an awareness of impermanence, of beauty because things don't last. Cherry blossoms fall, old bars close, steam rises and disappears. But for a moment, tonight, we were here. And that, perhaps, is enough. Next week we walk somewhere colder, a city of canals, lantern light and falling snow. Until then, sleep well, travel safely, and thank you for walking with me tonight.